Hi, it's content making season, which means let's get right to it. Wow, 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 guys, wow. I know a lot of artists want to be able to just get into the field of art without studying anything else. There's this big notion of, oh, why should I learn maths if I'm specifically going to be an artist? Or why should I learn this when I'm specifically going to be that? And as a fully formed human being, that's impractical. Most, if not all, of life is intersectional. They are overlaps in the Venn diagrams of learning and understanding that you just can't circumvent. Between physics, chemistry, biology, um, fitness, anatomy, and then art, those all overlap at some point. And the jump between art and then chemistry was obviously several deviations, but we got there. And the more you know about general spheres of information, the better you'll get or the better your understanding of what you actually want to specialize in. A lot of my favorite comic books, manga, games, anime are interesting to me not because of the level of drama or the power systems, etc. It's mostly because of the specificity of knowledge. I say this knowing full well that that might miss a couple of people. The term that I've given it, and I haven't really heard it elsewhere, is technical manga. Technical manga are usually something sports based or profession based. Um, Thinking about things like Haikyuu, Kuroko no Basket, which are volleyball and basketball based. There's a lot of technical aspects to those sports that either are interesting to the people who play those sports or are made interesting through the storytelling of the author. It's interesting because they're just regular facts that are applied with amazing visuals, fused with amazing storytelling. Uh, there's a there's a episode in Kuroko no Basket where one of the characters who jumps really well is tasked with doing laps on the beach, which, for a while, he's running on that beach for a while, and the training doesn't really make sense. Unless, of course, you are a runner slash a beach runner, and it gives you a slight clue into what's happening next. When he's done with the laps and he comes back after a very sweaty training, his jumps have increased. He's able to jump higher. And the physics that's explained is that when you're so used to running on a court, there's a certain level of pushback, which is, Newton's law of force, equal forces. And now that he's been applying more force to sand, which is absorbent to the force of his foot running, he's applying more force to his jumps, which allows him to spring higher. And just that collection of information was so interesting. What it didn't even happen in the match. There was no points scored. It was just a guy running on sand and then jumping higher. You know, um, and you don't have to dive into what musculature or what ligaments were actually specifically trained. It's just that the periphery of that knowledge was enough to make the jumps more interesting. You could have just said he's jumping higher because he's applying more force, but by combining storytelling, practicality, human limitation, you're able to surpass all of those things, including storytelling. Right now, I'm drawing my redrawing my very old cover of a netball comic that I wanted to write. It was called Buruka, and I always imagined that we're looking down from the ring, hoop, one of those two things, um, and we get a perspective of a moment right before a character scores. Um, Redrawing this, after a while, after gaining more spheres of knowledge, really helped me push the intensity, exaggerate the features, and really make the moment that much more intense, rather than just have the camera pointed at the characters downward. There is a sense of depth of field, the use of space, the ratio of canvas to character, canvas to ball, points of focus. All of those things were baked into this. Did I specifically plan all of that early on? No, but practice makes progress, and definitely finding the places where I knew I couldn't go any further with just art, and applying some levels of camera language, of um, mathematical ratios. It did help push this. I really loved drawing this again. The netball World Cup is around the corner, so it coincides quite nicely. I'm hoping to get the first half chapter out very soon. And that's about it. I hope you learned something. I hope you felt something. Um, and I hope for those of you who are aspiring to be better artists or aspiring to be artists, that you consider widening the information that you take in. The world is massive, and the more that you know, the more that you know that you don't know. Um, yeah, stay tuned for more facts, for more drovers, for industry tips. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop down a comment below. Let me know what country you're from. I want to do a Clip Studio giveaway, um, just so that I can help someone along. I will probably do this a couple of times, as well as giveaways for manga, drawing pens, and tablets eventually. So do get on board. Don't miss a thing. You can see the full unedited version on Patreon, as well as the comic before it comes out in print. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.